Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm back out here in the Mississippi Delta. I'm overlooking some soybean fields, some thickets, and some creeks. This is a great area. I've been getting some really good bucks on camera. And this spot here, you never know what you're going to see. I was in a different stand. Today is actually Tuesday, December the 29th. I killed a 130-inch buck out here last year around this time. Actually, like a year ago tomorrow. Last weekend I was here during the Christmas break on the 26th. I saw 6 or 7 different bucks, one of which was a good bruiser buck, but he was way too far off to shoot. But I bought my 6.5 Creedmoor with me today to see if I can reach out and tag one. You never know what you're going to see down here. This is a bedding area, a thicket area, hardwoods between two bean fields, and it is ripe with deer, so hopefully we'll see some. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours. Nothing. Oh, there's a buck right. A buck right behind me. Nice little 8-point. It's one of the same 8 points I saw the other day. He's actually headed towards the food plot. So it's getting to be about 10:30 this morning. I seen a couple of deer running. I saw that buck early this morning, and I've probably been about another hour and a half and haven't seen any movement, any sign, anything. Mr. Ronnie's already gotten down and gone towards the house. I got to get down, go around to the food plot, where close to where he was hunting, and get a camera card out and see what's on it. I'm going to try to come back this afternoon and see if we can get on something a little bit slower than I expected after the experience I had last weekend. There was just deer everywhere. I would have thought it would still be the case here, so good thing about it is I did see a deer running a doe this morning, so they're still kind of on the prowl. Some of them are still rutting, but we'll come back this afternoon and see what we can do. I kind of got here a little bit later than I wanted to. It's been exciting sitting here, but at the same time a little frustrating. Hold on. Doe. As I was climbing up the tripod, one of the bucks we've been looking at on camera was in the food plot, or just stuck his head out there, and he looked to be wounded in his left hind quarter. I don't know if somebody shot at him or he got a puncture wound from fighting, but I could tell the back of his hind quarter looked kind of wet, like maybe some blood, and he was not putting it on the ground. He was hobbling pretty good. But I've had a little basket 8-point, little spike. You can barely see it breaking through. And I just had a doe, so this might be the jankiest setup. I really tried. I've never tried to film out of this stand because it's so tight. The area is so small. But I have just had to rig this any which way I can because I've had deer all over me all afternoon. Well, after last night, not getting a shot at a deer, but we had a good time watching what was here. The wind is absolutely howling. It's 55 degrees this morning, but with the wind blowing as hard as it is, it feels a heck of a lot cooler. It's kind of chilly. But Dad and I came in this morning. I'm back in the tripod that I was in yesterday, hoping maybe we can get a good look at these deer. I'm pretty sure the rut is come and gone. We're just not seeing that much activity. You know, you're going to have some stragglers kind of doing their thing here and there on the backside, but it's pretty quiet. So hopefully these deer will get back to a normal feeding pattern. We're in the middle of a full moon, so these deer likely moved all night long. Hopefully in this, the wind's howling through here, so right down this lane is thickets on each side, so maybe I can catch a glimpse of something coming back and forth, going to bed, or getting up and moving around trying to eat. Well, Dad just texted me and said, "Is it coffee time yet?" So I think that's my cue to get my stuff together and get down. This hunt was not ideal. I saw a few deer early. That was literally it. Nothing else happened. But that's what you get sometimes when you go hunting. So, off to the house. Alright guys, this is day 3. back out here at the same tripod stand in Greenwood. When I got here, there were a couple of deer in the food plot. I could barely see them because it was so dark. But I did get a little bit of footage a second ago with my big camera of a really nice buck. We think we call him the crab claw. I think that's who it was. Really nice buck. He was probably 450 yards out, maybe 425. But I just saw him for a brief moment. He was walking away from me down this lane past the food plot. I grunted at him, but he did not seem to be interested in what was going on down here. It's nice and cold this morning. It's like 41 degrees. Real quiet and calm. I don't think Dad's seen anything yet, but I've seen a few does and that one really nice buck. Hopefully he circles back around and gives me a good look at him. So, they're already moving. We'll see what happens. If you've never hunted in the Mississippi Delta or somewhere flat like this, that footage right there, that deer was exactly 550 yards away from this camera. That's a long way. That's a long way. But that camera zooming out makes it seem like it's a mile away. When I say it's only 550 yards, I don't mean to make it sound like, oh, it's only 550 yards away. That's a long way. But that gives you an idea of what it's like here in the Delta. Some of these spots, you've got the opportunity to shoot long distance. If I had $1, every doe I've seen this morning covered up. If you knew my dad, you'd know that he typically stays many hours in the stand. He just texted me that it's coffee time. And when Glenn Hitt texts you, it's coffee time. It's time to pull the plug and go get coffee and go home. That man, well, what it really means is he's not seen anything where he's at. I bet I've seen 10 or 12 does in that one buck. I'm going to go again this afternoon. I got to get some doe meat. Dad and I want to get some sausage and snack sticks and things like that. So this afternoon I'll go back to Mom and Dad's house and try to get us a doe. Or, we saw a really good buck when we drove out this morning. If I can get a buck and a doe, that'd be awesome. But anyway, on to the next hunt. It's coffee time. If it looks like I'm cramped, it's because I am. I came down here and got in my mom's shooting blind, which is a single man chair. Dad put a piece of wood in it so she'd have a little bit of a more high level to shoot out of. And I'm 6'8", so I'm like, that's me looking out of the blind, but that's okay. I shot a little doe about an hour ago for Mom and Dad. Across the hill from the house, snuck out there, popped off around, tracked her down, skinned her down. Dad's gonna take her to the processor, but they need some more meat, and so do I. And I think the rut's pretty much over. And actually, we know it's over. So if a buck pops in the frame, that's great. With my new role at my job, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do a whole lot more hunting than this. This might be it for me this year, so I'm looking to put another one on the ground. If I get horns, that's great. If not, that's okay. That'd be an added bonus icing on the cake. But as it sits, I'm gonna have a backache. I'm hunched over in this thing looking down the hill, so wish me luck. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm sitting here trying to get set up after talking to you guys. Me and my buddy was texting. And I look up, and there's a buck standing out in front of my blind. I hope this isn't one of those ground shrinkage moments, because I don't know. Either 8 or 10 point. It was a quick deal, so I hope my dad that gets down here is not some ground shrinkage he's gonna be disappointed in. I've had a lucky day. I mean, I shot a doe for Mom and Dad, shot this deer. He'd probably be a 16-inch 8 point, knowing my luck. I'm trying to grow him a little bit bigger out here, but Dad's on his way down here to help me track it, so. What a day. I never saw him come out. I think he came from over here on the left. Let's go look.
Mighty wide in that picture.
That is a 10 point. Well, I sure goofed up. Didn't push record. It just happened so quick. Daddy's trying to compare him to the pictures we've had. Is that him?
Yep. Is that all him?
Got me a 10 point. He's got some good G2s on him.
Yep.
I just wish he was a little bit heavier. What do you think?
That's probably the one we saw this morning.
Huh. All right.
Wow.
I got one.